Hi, and welcome to this preview video of our next version 1.9 of dRofus. We're gonna have a look at how the items overview has changed from 1.8 to 1.9 with a new interface in the new version. But first, let's have a look at 1.8, how the items overview looks like here. So this, I guess, is familiar to most of you, where you have your item groupings, which you can navigate, and you have a few limited options in the menu line on top of the items overview. You also have the ability to double click on an item, open it up, and see all parameters, properties, and specification for the item. You need to then close it down and open a new one if you want to change the item you want to edit. Most options in 1.8 is on a right-click context menu, where you can pick an item, right-click, and find the actions that you want to do. This has changed dramatically in 1.9. So if we skip over to dRofus 1.9 item overview, you can see that the user interface has completely changed. Some things are familiar. You'll have the same item groups. You can expand the main groups and navigate the items that way. You have the overview of the items, and you have all the occurrences as well. This is the default setup of the items overview. So this is how it looks like when you first open up 1.9 version. You have the navigation pane where you can do searches, you can navigate the item groups, you can also navigate other item groupings, for instance classifications, like in this case Omniclass table 23. To the right you will have the items, so if you click on an item group you will see all items attached to the group, and in the bottom you will see a pane of occurrences. And the occurrences pane will not only show the occurrences for the item, but will also show all occurrences for an item group if you click on a group. In this case, I will see all occurrences for the entire furnitures group that I have selected. If you select one single chair in the item pane, you will then of course see the occurrences for that specific chair. To the right, you will see that you have a property pane. The properties will update dependent on what entity you have selected in the other panes. So if I click on an item group, you will see the options that I can do for this item group. So I can change the numbers, I can change the name, I can give it a view filter if I want to hide and show specific parameters for the different types of equipment. And I can also attach classification to an item group. If I navigate to an item, the properties pane will update, so now you can see all the parameters I can do for this item properties. And if we go to an occurrence, you can see that the properties then will update for the occurrence. So now you can set quantities, I can set product comments, and also room connection, and also occurrence properties if I will. Also, that is what's new in 1.9 is the ribbon menu on top. So all the right-click options that we had in 1.8 has now been put up on the ribbon, so users can easily see all the actions that are available to the items or occurrences or other entities that they are selecting. You can see that the ribbon menu will also automatically update based on what you select. So if I select an item, all the valid options for an item will be in black, which is active, It will also deactivate all options that is not valid for the entity that you have selected. So if I go to the furnitures pane and I take an armchair, you can see all the things I can do for this item. So here I can open the item, I can delete it, I can copy, add pictures, documents, and also create child items or sub-items. The other big new thing in 1.9 is also the ability to customize the interface. Different users may have different needs for what information that they want to view in the interface. In this case, we also have introduced a view tab on top here, where you can hit views. You can see all the different panes that you can show and hide in the interface. So if I want to show my sub-items for all the items, I can simply select sub-items, and that pane will automatically be placed on the right side of your item overview. You don't have to leave it there, you can actually replace it or move it somewhere else. So if I want to have it above my occurrences pane, I can select heading, click and drag it to the correct position. And when I do that, you will see that I have a locator that will aid me to place the pane exactly where I want it. So now I have sub-items and I have the occurrences below. So for this armchair, if I create a new sub-item, I can then pick an existing item. I can just pick a random one. You can see now I have created a sub-item to this armchair. If I close my items overview, my setup will be remembered by dRofus, so you don't have to set up your interface for each time you log on. If I want to go back to my default setup, I can go to Views and I can restore default. If I hit that one, I'll go back to the default setup of the item interface.